camera. Need to be careful about the camera. But anyway, so I'm just testing my. I'm trying to configure my video player and trying the different things out. What is working, what is not working, and so forward. And getting rid of all the satanic bullshit test material that is in the application. And apparently it has some problems with following along in regards to the video, so I'm waiting and waiting and waiting. Could we maybe turn the camera around as well? There we go. So I'm trying in regards of HeyLS live streaming M3U8 example. And as you can see, I've made a lot of examples here, but just copy pasted and put different URLs or list all these M3U8 list and all that. It took me some time to find the list, but I did find like from Pastebin, raw, EKSHWE1, big W and all that. And that's a list for religious. Actually, that's from this side, I think it is. Yeah, free M3U or M3U8 playlist and all that. And a lot of it doesn't really work. But no, that might not be the right side. This might be the right side. Oh yeah, here we go. So this was like free IPTV download, whatever. I'm not entirely sure what it overly is, but anyway, so we had like EPTV channels, cinema channels, CCT channels, radio channels, faith channels, and lost channels. But in any case, so I was looking into some of these, and some of them, a lot of the links still doesn't work. And I was looking for these so-called M3U8 files so I could test the application if it worked with them. I don't know if it's usable at all, but just testing what the little by little in regards to what the application can do, right? And learning as I go. So I did find a Seven Adventist stream apparently, because I found this, this with religious things and all that, and apparently I found two Jewish Messianic. What was it? Messianic. There's also a lot of Catholics. Even one of the Christian things I was, the first I found had this bullshit in regards of the cookie Jesus and all that bullshit, and that was a Christian. There's a lot of Roman Catholic, and of course the Christian sites might also have this Roman Catholic bullshit and all that. Well, there we go with the Messianic Judaism and the Messianic Yeshua Rai. And Yeshua, that Yeshua lives, as in regards of English, as far as my Hebrew goes. Yeshua is the name of Yeshua Rai, means life. Yeshua lives. Pretty much I think would be a pretty good translation. But I found two of those, so that will be interesting. And then I had Christian. When I searched on Christian, I found a good amount, and there was a lot of them that actually worked. So that was nice. I actually have 245 hits, and now not all of them is this format of M3U8. I think there's some other formats as well, but and a lot of it is probably not for me in regards of the viewpoints. But in any case, at least it's a lot closer to we also have the event of fungus. They actually have started already in regards to the fungus. But anyway, let's get back to the that was interesting. So let's go. So I got this to work, and it's live streaming now from this source, and it's from SDA, so that would be Seventh-day Adventist. Now, of course, they have some issues here and there, but anyway, they stand on who the Antichrist is. So, but they have these images of Jesus as well, and what so-called Jesus, and I'm not totally comfortable with that. Anyway, and have some other weird doctrines as well. It's just yeah. Any case, so this is in regards of milk, Hitler milk, in regards of Holocaust milk, where they have given them a Hitler treatment, and it's just utter nonsense. Without talking about milk earlier, and it's utterly nonsense how we're treating the cows and this and that and so forward. Now listen to what he says. He's by the way a professor. I think it's
But dairy doesn't seem to be as good as it seems. Listeria organisms excreted in cow's milk escape pasteurization, so it doesn't even help to pasteurize them. It's interesting. We tested milk for pathogens, and we went and took raw milk, and we tested pasteurized milk. And you find lots of lactobacteria in raw milk, and very, very few, if ever, of the pathogens. Then you go to the retail milk, and you find no lactobacteria. They're all dead. They've been pasteurized away. But what do you find? You find pathogens alone. They survived, and now they can grow in the milk.
we have a
Products. Bacteria in milk is limited to 20,000. Milk after pasteurization should contain no more than
I don't know what maybe my stream went.
bacteria antibiotic bacteria that you have are largely the bad ones. Bacteria that But if you look at
I guess I might have waited too long in regards of this stream.
these products, how many of these products contain milk?
I'm not entirely sure how how it works overall, but you seem to have some variations where you can pause it and all that. But I guess it must, I guess I was a little too long to actually, waited too many minutes for it to. But I guess it's from his series of what is it called? His series on different things. So there are some good things for sure in those series. Like I can't remember, was like 20 or 40 hours of material. I can't remember, but it's a huge amount of, and I've seen them all in the past when I was hungry for trying. And there was another guy. He's dead. He was also a Seventh-day Adventist, and he apparently knew this professor that talks here. But sadly he died. I saw a video where he apparently got cancer and died of that. But he made also a huge, gigantic, 20 or 30 hours, and it's on YouTube. I just can't remember the name. I can't even remember the name of that guy, which usually is pretty much the most well known, I would think, Seventh-day Adventist in the world, as far as I know. He's making a lot of videos and all that on things. But you just still have to be aware in regard to the Seventh-day Adventists, because they have some weird doctrines. They also have a lot of truth. Have to be aware they have a lot of truth, but they also have some issues for sure. But of course, one can find errors with, so it's up to God in the end in regards of, they are, they do believe that the law is still applicable, but yet they don't keep the festivals of Jehovah. Now, whatever, again, it's not, but they, in regards of the weird doctrine of the closed door doctrine, and I can't remember it all, but they do have a lot of things that I would also, that I would agree with. If you read their, testimony of this and that and all that, what they actually believe, that's actually, a lot of it I would agree with. Now, in regards of accepting Ellen G. White as a, and this, they call it something, spirit of prophecy or something like that. No, I would never accept that, because I don't think she was a, I think there was some issues with Ellen G. White, and again, there's some doctrines that I would not ascribe to, but they are keeping the Sabbath, which is, that's nice. They are keeping, they are pointing to who the Antichrist is. That's nice. So, that's at least a lot better than a lot of congregations today, sadly. The Lutherans don't even know who the Antichrist is anymore. And one of Luther's last books was, against the Roman papacy, an institution of the devil. And yet, most don't know who the Antichrist is anymore. They don't want to talk about it. It's not ecumenical correct and all that bullshit. People are being led back to the Antichrist, the so-called Pope. That's the Pope, the unholy faker, and his outmost smelliness. And then, just pretty much totally squash this, speaking against this system. Well, I'm not going to stop speaking against this system because it's very clear from the Bible that, that's the truth. So yeah, but anyway, it's interesting in regards to the milk, right? That he, I didn't get the rest of it. I've seen it in the past. I can't remember all the, it's really hard to remember all the information that one researches. But according to him, it seems that, and it's probably, there was these different, so it's, I could probably find the video pretty quickly in regards of, there's these health, in the series, it's a huge, gigantic series, and some of them are in regards of health. I can't remember how many is. At least one of the videos where it's in regards of health, in regards of food and all that. And of course, they mix that Ellen G. White, yeah, I think it's pretty much, yeah, you have to be careful of her, But anyway, at least I've had enough for not, I would never see myself as a Seventh-day Adventist, that's for sure. There's too many things that is wrong. But again, they do have a lot of things that is correct, So again, you eat the meat and spit out the bones. Like the Jehovah's Witnesses don't even believe that Yeshua is God in the flesh. They're pretty much, going out there and rejecting that, they're trained to reject that Yeshua is God Almighty. But they do have the name of God correct in regards of Jehovah. So you see, you have to, eat the meat and spit out the bones. And we're getting low on battery. Anyway, just wanted to sadly, I'm sorry that I didn't get the, if you want to look at it, it's, what is the guy's name? I should really know the guy. No, not Eric Phelps, is someone else. That in regards of, I really need to concentrate all the names together, and but I can't remember his name. I'm really bad at names, so they tend to. But I should know what it's incredible. I don't know his name. Whatever the case, it's if you go and look at his series in regards to the SDA, he is the most popular, in the SDA. And if you can find the 30 or 40 series, it's a huge series. I can't remember the exact number. It's a huge series about, many different topics, and at least one of them is in regards of their health things and all that, and it's probably in that it's from. So yeah. So I remember, seeing some of that. It's just interesting, right? So the milk that is raw has, the good bacteria, and thereby the bad bacteria have a hard time growing. And actually, as I understand it, if it's raw milk and you just let it sit, it actually doesn't become bad. It begins to ferment, it begins to make a lot of more of these goody bacteria and all that. And of course, over time, you can actually make yogurt out of it. But you have all the natural things how God created the yogurt if you don't ferment it. If you don't give it a Hitler treatment. Now, and then he talks about, the things that we buy in the shops, where you have killed all the good bacteria. Yeah, and the enzymes and vitamins and so forward. You have, pretty much ruined the milk even more. Now they're ruining the milk by the treatment of the cows as well, in regards of, giving them fungus poison, feeding them food that is not natural for them, enclosure of the cows together, and pushing them to the limit of quantity instead of quality and all that, and so forward and so forward. And then they give it a Hitler treatment afterwards, yeah. Because, the milk might be dangerous. Well, if there's something wrong with the milk, maybe it's because you're treating the cow wrong, So it's this whole satanic bullshit system. And we can't even get raw milk. I need to travel over 100 kilometers to get raw milk. It's the raw milk. Raw milk have been drunk for hundreds and hundreds of years. And now it's like, it's the devil's drink, apparently. Right? And they're just handing out alcohol and soda pops and all that. That's no problem, right? Yeah, let's get that. Let's sell that. That's okay. But we're not going to allow, raw milk. This is a bullshit society. It's a bullshit